Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Season 11, the first race of pre-season here at Bahrain. This is where it all kicks off now. And we are back. We've had all the trial races. The TPs have given the guys the opportunity to show what they've got. But this is where it all matters now. This is where these guys will be evaluated on their performances. A full grid. A few, unfortunately, couldn't make it. But there is going to be pre-season races all week, so do not worry. But there is one condition. If you have raced in this one, you will then not be able to race in the second one unless it is not full. If it's not full, then you'll be able to join in. But if you do, then feel free to jump in as a reserve driver and get amongst it. It has been a long time coming. The game is out. It's been out for a while. We've got practicing, but now we're here at our first preseason race at OCE Race 1 at Bahrain. I am your host and commentator, SJ, this season, and I'm joined by some new faces across the board, which you will hear from them. You may have heard from this person in the trial races. Nicholas, good evening.
Hello. How are you doing, SJ, tonight?
Good, mate. I'm buzzing. I've been looking forward to this. Been looking to show off the new Starting Soon screen and also the graphics, which has been done fantastically, and also our new stream overlays this season as well.
Wow, they do in fact look fantastic. I'm so excited for those to be used throughout the entire season. It is definitely going to be an amazing race tonight. We do have a full grid of 22 drivers with the introduction of Cadillac for this season. We do have some interesting drivers to watch out for with Aiden, MJ, Daniel Rocks, and Huddy. Definitely some good faces to watch throughout this race. They showed their performance throughout the trial races, and we'll see what they can provide in this race tonight. Personally, I'm very excited for this qualifying. We'll see how fast these drivers can be around such a complicated circuit like Bahrain with these new regulations. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very exciting. It really is. There's gonna be lots of stuff going on in this race. Let's hope it's not as bad as Monza. But yeah, I'm gonna hand it back off to you.
Yes, let's hope not. Let's hope not. We can always pray. Let's see what these guys have got. Anyway, let's go through and give you a little bit of an idea of what we've got tonight. We've got full quality because due to some of these guys not doing their setup, their sign-ups, this will go towards your sign-up. So if you haven't signed up this season, we will use your 3 laps at Bahrain, and we'll be able to work out from that. So it'll be interesting to see how it's all going to go. So we've got XT in the VCAB, we've got Coupon Sticks in the Aston, Toast in the Red Bull known as Jazatan, and then we've got Oscar Lou. He is back. It's good to see him back on track. It's been a long time coming. Huddy the Goat in the Cadillac. Let's go, American Muscle. We've then got Slush in the Aston Martin, TDR Winter in the the Alpine, Murray Nabs in the Ferrari, Obi-Wan Kenobi is not related to Obi-Wan Kenobi, in the Haas, Flying Kiwi in the McLaren, Daniel Rocks in the Red Bull, Webber in the Williams, Shining Swarm in the new edition of Audi, Terence in the new edition of Audi, Noah Huni in the Alpine and the TP. Also, Aiden Azrael in the Merc, Kaus in the V Cab, Mitchell in the Ferrari, Jono in the Williams, and Zach User in the American Muscle new addition to the grid, Cadillac. What's your thoughts of the grid tonight?
This is an absolutely diverse grid. We do have some crazy skill from Div 1 with Aiden. Dev went really high up in Div 1. We also have MJ, Haas's top driver in Div 1. We also have Toast in this race who won Div 2 last season. Congrats to him. But we also have some lower division drivers, which means we have a lot of we have quite a bit of a pace difference with all these drivers tonight. It will be definitely an interesting qualifying. We'll have to see how each of the how each of the divisions can just be shown by their times and how they get split up. And it will definitely be something to look out for by each of the team principals. I would not be surprised that most of them are watching this race to scout out the new talent of what's on display.
Definitely.
For the track. Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. No, I was going to say definitely. And also talking about that, new rules, new TPs, new drivers, just a lot of new stuff tonight. And also a new regulations for F1 25 with the season pack known as F1 26. So a lot of things to look forward to. New liveries on the cars as well, and also new streams. So yeah, going to be very, very exciting. We're 11 minutes in. I'm going to talk to you about a few drivers before we then start and give into some qualifying. We've seen about 10 guys setting times at the moment. Toast sitting at 28.755. Zach User just behind them. P2 with 28.897. Mr. John are there with a 28.947. So yeah, good to see there. But who are your top three that you're going to be looking into tonight? Since you've watched the trial races, I don't know if you've participated in the trial race, but who do you think are the top three to look out for tonight?
Tonight, oh wow, it's gonna be the amount of competition we have is just insane tonight. But not Toast anymore. He seemed to retire from the session. But Toast was definitely in my top three. I also have MJ in my top three. Definitely, he showed some crazy quality pace in Monza from when I was commentating that yesterday. And also Aiden. Aiden has shown that he has crazy pace around complicated circuits like Bahrain, where we have corners that could tear your tires to shreds if you do not treat them beautifully. And it will show just his level of skill around the circuit. So it's gonna be never mind. Aiden's also retired, it seems. So yeah, so that rounds off my top three to watch out for. But yeah, it's going to be a very exciting call. I can't wait for these drivers to set in all their times and set and show just how they separate themselves from the rest.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, let's get amongst the qualifying. We've got 9 minutes to go in Q1. We've got Kaus on an outlap, Mitchell on an outlap, Jono on an outlap, and also Webber on an outlap as well. Who is coming around the corner from outlap? We've got Gangster, which looks to be, there's a Williams there that's Winter that's just about to finish up there. Just trying to see who is on a lap that's closest. Kaus. We'll jump on board with Kaus actually in the VCAP. I'll take this one away and then you can take the next one away. So here we go. Kaus is about to start his first final lap this season of pre-season here at race 1 at Bahrain. Coming down the main straight, burning that straight line mode and the battery at the same time. And now easing off onto the battery, saving that battery back up to around about 100%. We'll see him burn that battery now because this used to be the DRS zone, but DRS zones have now been replaced with straight line mode, which you can see on your right hand side on the HUD display, and then on the left hand side you've then got a lovely yellow, and then it flashes to a blue of the battery, which is obviously the charge, and depending on if he is in medium or none, you'll see 500 brake horsepower compared to 1,000. That's the deficit between none and medium. So you are losing a lot more horsepower as well. But Cows hasn't set a time at the moment. He's coming into sector 2. He's got a lot of battery. Coming down onto the straight line mode now. He's going to get all that. He eases off a little bit of the straight line mode, burns a little bit of that battery. You don't want to burn too much. That's the problem with these new cars. They do literally go through the battery very, very quickly. So it's all about lifting and coasting, which is very interesting to say, because qualifying we thought was all about going fast and doing quickest times as possible. Now it's all about lifting and coasting and trying to manage and maintain more battery right for the end of the stint of the qualifying lap. As we can see there, 37% goes a little bit too wide there. Now down into the main straight, little bit of a toe off the car in front. Does set a time, pushes himself into a P9 with a 29.940. Nicholas, what's your thoughts to Kelsey's lap in the V Cup?
His battery management was absolutely superior, just so great compared to some of the stuff I was seeing in Monza yesterday. He kept his battery just in that right zone where you don't want to use too much of it because you have such a large amount of the circuit left. However, he used it well enough to get a quick time, making it into Q2, as well as saving his sanity from being on 0% for the entire circuit. We know that happens quite frequently, and it's a terrible feeling when you have no battery but you have the entire track left to go.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let you take it on board. We're ready to go. He's now going into turn 1.
Up here. Okay, so he's not going to be entering turn 2, turn 3. He's going to be having that straight mode on, overtake on, trying to go as fast as he can. He's going all the way to the outside, turning all the way in, using all the steering force that he can. These tires need to grab on as much as they can. The torque that these cars can generate is absolutely insane. They're going to be dying by the end of this lap. He's going to try generating as much battery as he can through these short corners here, turn 8 and turn 9. He's just entering turn 9 now. This is a very, very slow corner where you go to the left and then instantly hit on all that power, straight mode and overtake on. Try to hit the highest top speed you can. This is the second straight we have on the circuit. Left turn going into turn 11 as we round off sector 2. He's going to be going turn 12 so far, maintaining that battery very well as we get into another braking zone, trying to get as much battery as he can as he hits the purple sector into sector 2, using almost the rest of his battery into the last straight we have here, going into the last 2 corners, turn 14, turn 15, 24% left, using all of the acceleration of that battery left, straight mode on, and as he goes into the pits, he terminates his lap. He must have not been happy with his lap there. Quite unfortunate. Back to you, SJ. What do you think about that lap so far?
No, yeah, it's been a bit disappointing there. I'm trying to work out why he didn't go and set his time. Obviously, well, wasn't happy with it, so I'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, going to be interesting. Obviously, down at the back, we then got Shining, who's on an outlap. We've then also got Flying Kiwi, who's on an outlap as well. Coops on Sticks, I think, is about to just finish up. He's still on 1:35.523 at the moment, coming into the last final corner. As you can see, EA still haven't fixed their lovely visual glitch there, so hopefully they do fix that by the time we get racing properly. But here we go. Coops on Sticks. Does he improve on his time? No, he doesn't actually. He's the 31.647. He's actually 10 slower. So, yeah, not the best time there for Coops on Sticks. We're going to jump on board with Flying Kiwi. He's on an outlap as well. Shining Swarm is on an outlap. He's coming around the last couple of corners near the end. AXT. We'll jump on board AXT. He's about to go down the main straight. And I'll let you take it away with the second V-Cup of the night. Over to you.
Alright, across the line, straight mode on, overtake on. Not using any battery actually. He's fully recharging on the straight, braking as much as he can. This is a very slow corner. Then on the gas as we get out of turn 3 there. Straight on. I'm not sure if it's on my side. He's not using any battery, but he's not using any battery at the moment. Could be saving it for the last 2 sectors. And it goes into turn 4, tries using as much of the track as possible. These cars have a lot of torque on those rear tires. It's going to be very, very hard to maintain traction with them. It's the probably the hardest challenge going to be around here with the low grip, especially at night when the circuit is the track is cooler. Now we're going to be heading into turn 10. This corner is very slow. Just want to take that as carefully as you can while we then accelerate as much as we can, get the power down, straight mode on, as we continue to enter the straight, and I think he's aborted his lap. Oh, never mind. Oh, it seems that he's aborted his lap, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there. He might have had something with the battery, but, definitely, cool sight to watch. AXT just getting one more lap in. He has made Q2 at this rate, which is very exciting. As we do have 2 drivers now on outlaps, getting ready to put in their final laps. As we do have Noah on his final lap, we have Kenobi on his final lap, Sticks on his final lap, Weber on their final lap too. SJ, would you like to take the honors?
Yeah, sure. Just trying to work out. We'll jump on board with Gangster. Mo's decided to retire. So he's up in the P10, but here we go. We're going Gangster now. So Gangster in the drop zone at the moment. We're close to it. Yeah, he is actually in the drop zone. So he's in P17 at the moment. His teammate of the night is in P21 as well. So McLaren not having the best of night so far. Going down into turn 1. Are we going to see an improvement in that sector 1 time? We'll have to wait and see. So he comes up the hill all the way down, burns a bit of the battery, gets onto straight line mode as well, onto the 100, down into the 50 in 2 turn, loses the back end. That's going to lose him a couple of attempts as well. Could this be elimination for Gangster? He's 2.5 attempts. I did say he lost 2 attempts. I probably went a little bit too far there. He's trying to recorrect it at the moment, but it could be too late. It's going to be close. He's going to have to really pull it in. 2, 2, 2, 1, 9. Oh, he's going to have to get a 29.9 to be safe, but Kaus is on the lap, and so is Shining Storm as well. Very impressive left from Shining Storm up at 14. But coming down into the next part of the straight line mode there, 30% of battery up to 4th gear, now into 3rd gear, back up to 4th gear, coming up the hill into 5th, burning a bit of battery into 6th, then into 7th, does he hit 8th? No, drops down all the way into 4th, gets on to the battery now, then onto straight line mode, all the way down the main straight in sector 3, coming into the final corner before the grid straight. What's it going to be for Gangster? 24%, now burn the rest of it, getting back onto straight line mode. Can he make it through into Q2? No, he cannot. He is down in P19. Gangster is out of Q1. Noah Hooney is another one. He is in the drop zone. So is AXT. Flying Kiwi is out. A double McLaren knocked out of Q1 in race 1 preseason at Bahrain. Coops on Sticks. He's down there in 21. He's invalidated. He is out as well. Roll Me One Kenobi. He's in the house. Will he improve? We're still waiting to see what Noah Hooney can do. He's coming around the final corner. We've got AXT. We've then got Kaus in the drop zone as well. As Kaus is coming to the line. But he looks like he could be up on his time. Yes, he is. He goes up to P14. Drops Shining down into 15th. Can AXT make it through? He is a 10th and a half up. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's gone way too wide. That's an invalidation. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. Coops on Sticks, Romeo and Kenobi, Gangster, AXT, Noah, Aiden as Raiden, and Flying Kiwi are all out of Q1, Nicholas.
Yes, what good qualifying. It's definitely an interesting watch to see. I mean, we did just see, like, the sharp end of the grid making it into Q2. Unfortunately, the people that got eliminated weren't able to put in a good enough time today. However, we do have another 4 pre-season races where they can show off their times a bit better. Um, Oscar left nothing on the table through the entire circuit. He took as much of that circuit he could with a 1:28.034. That is literally 7 tenths above P2, which is Toast. We know how good Toast can be, as well as Jono. Jono is an up and coming, it seems, in the ranks of the Rush universe. I mean, he's definitely one to watch at the moment, but it's still Q1. These drivers aren't trying to burn all their supply of tires at this rate. They just want to survive. They just want to get into Q2. Then after Q2, get into Q3, and then Q3. That's where it all matters. That's where you want to use all the tires you have. So you want to use all your pace. You want to use all your engine. Try destroy that track as much as you can to get the fastest time on the grid, because we know higher on the grid we are, the better race start we get. Not trying to quote Will Buxton there, but it just is the truth.
Yeah, give you a little bit of a stat about Jono. Jono is a reigning champion. So, yeah, he unfortunately
Oh,
had issues. Yeah, no, it's fine. A little bit of history about the drivers. We've got Toast as a champion, Oscar Lou that's a champion, and no, not Oscar Lou, sorry, Jono and Toast are the only ones that are champions on this grid, reigning champions. So yeah, going to be very interesting to see how they go together. And Oscar Lou is not one to mess around with. He's got some serious pace. We did have him in the Mercedes 2 seasons back, and he was very very quick. Unfortunately, a few work commitments and other things going on in real life showed to change things up a bit. But it's really good to see Jono back on the grid. He's been very very impressive in the trial races, and I'm sure he'll be very impressive tonight in the preseason. Question is, will he be driving for the Williams? He's in the Williams tonight, so will he be driving the Williams? And we've seen Toast in the Red Bull quite a lot, though. So is he a fan of that car? And Oscar Lou looks really good in that Haas as well. So will Slushy be making a decision there? It's going to be very interesting to see where these guys do end up racing in the draft next season as well, even though they're on these cars in pre-season. Yes, it's a bit of a selected few. Some of them may just go into the preferred car that they like, or they might just throw us off a little bit. So, yeah, very interesting to see. Jono, Div 3 champion? No, Symphonic. 1, I think. Div 1. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit of history. Actually, I'm gonna go and have a look. Bear with me. I want to know, because I don't want to get it wrong, and he's not. So let's have a look. How many seasons have I got to go back with Jono? Wow. So he missed last season. So that was NA. That's constructors. That's constructors, champion. So it was MPJ in season 9, Div 6, Dutch was Div 5, F7 was Div 4, Aben was Div 3, Oblivion was Div 2, and yes, it was last season. Jono was Division 1 champion for season 9. So
oh my goodness.
there you go. There's your answer.
Wow. Okay.
So it wasn't that long ago.
Well,
he just didn't race this season.
yeah.
He raced the first 3 races and then had a bit of issues and then didn't race anymore after that. So, no.
Nico Rosberg?
Yeah, I'm going to reply to Symphonic. Div 1 Season 9 Champion Jono. There we go. If you want to know, there you go. So, will he be able to do it this season in Season 11? We'll have to make and find out. At the moment, we have got Toast, Oscar Lou, Huddy Goat, Slushy Winter, Moe Nams, Flying Kiwi, Daniel Rocks, Weber, Shining Swarm, Mr. John R, Terence, Cows, Mitchell, Joe, and Zach User are your 16 going through into Q2. Will we see anyone in Q3 out of this pack? We'll have to wait and see, as we will lose 6 of these guys. We'll lose, at the moment, as it stands, Shining, John, Terence, Cows, Mitchell, and Zax. but we'll have to wait and see when they start to put down some times. Let's have a look who is about to put some times down. Oscar Lou does a 127.841. Jono does a 28.407. I'm sure that's on old tyres. Weber a 28.576. Toast with a 28.874. Daniel Roxburgh with 29.2. Zach Hughes with 29.2. John with 29.3. Mitchell 29.7. Flying Kiwi 130. Shining Spawn 130. And then everyone else is in the pits and a few guys on times. 27.8. Is that the ballpark or can that be beaten?
100%. That's just going to be the biggest competition for today. It seems to be just going to be Oscar versus Jono here to see who's going to get that P1 spot. Trying to start on the first of the grid. Try to avoid all the mess that turn 1 here can generate. It is a very, very slow corner. It's about, you go about 80 kilometers an hour when you go through it, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for these drivers. So getting P1 is the advantage here, but obviously it is Q2, so all these drivers need to worry about is purely just making it into Q3 where the real showdown actually matters. So far, Jono already is finished with his time. He doesn't believe anyone can beat it, so he's not going out for another lap. We do have, Winter, it seems, going on their lap now. And, no, they invalidate it. No, never mind. They're continuing their lap now. They're just going out of turn 4. Oh, no, yeah, no, Winter invalidated. That is unfortunate for Winter. Correct me if I'm wrong here, SJ, but he was fighting in Div 2?
Yes, big
Yes.
big difference of Winter. I was a Div 5 driver. Why do onboard squads so much more? Well, because Symphonic, you might have been able to save so much since we not really used them. If they are too expensive, then feel free. We'll drop them. We can drop them if you can't afford them. But yeah, feel free. But there we go. Redeemed screen celebration. Screen celebration. How are we going to do that? We're not. There's no camera. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to have to redeem you on that one, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sorry, buddy. All right, we've got Huddy to go, which is about to start. Over to you on board, Huddy to go. Just going into turn 1 now.
Sure. Oh, here we are. Hottie?
Yep, he's...
Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna be going into turn 4 now. Huddy is gonna be burning that battery as much as he can. He's gonna be carrying as much speed as he can through here. The tires are gonna be screaming. They're going to be screeching. A bit of a lockup as we go into turn 8, finishing, rounding off turn 8, turn 9. And then braking as hard as he can, threading the needle, went a bit wide, dumping as... Oh! Went a bit wide up there. Glad he didn't invalidate there. Oh, and... Straight mode off. Straight on. Is he going? It's a turn 11. Going wide left hand. Like just 41%. Trying to save as much of that battery left for that last straight there. Going to be gaining at 40%. It's a bit lower than what you've seen from the other drivers. He's burning it all the way down to 0. Problem with that, he might not have enough to accelerate off turn 14-15 here. He's going to be turning that on, straight mode on, and we see he ran out of battery. He's just like, there's nothing he can do. He's going to go over the line, and he's at 129.278. Puts him into P8, which means he is safely in the zone of drivers. Quiet, shocking. It's the real issue with these cars. If you run out of battery, just at the full mercy of the engine that only provides 50% of the total acceleration that these cars can experience. These are the most powerful cars that we have had in a while, totaling 1,050 horsepower. However, that battery just runs out so quickly you can barely get an advantage of it. We do have Zach on an outlap, Slushy on an outlap, Weber gone in lap, yeah, Weber on an in-lap, MJ on an... Yeah, MJ's just starting his lap if we want to go with that.
Yep, Ship coming into turn one. Withers decided to retire. Top three, 28.545, and Jono 28.407. But Jono in the P2, they're double Williams as well, looking really, really good. But Mr. John R is on a lap at the moment. Really slides that car coming into turn three there, and that may have lost him a little bit of time, but he looks like he's really flying. It could that be a setup issue? We'll have to wait and see. Remember, the setups are going to be a key as well this season, so it'll be very interesting to see how they go. Toast has decided to call it as well, so the top four is very interesting to see. All very, very close. Look at that, 28.8, 28.5, 28.4, and a 27.8. So Oscar Lou has really set the bar there at the front, and we're just going to jump off the leader. 5 tenths between Oscar Lou and Jono, and a second between Toast and Oscar Lou. So let's see what Mr. John R can do in the Mercedes. Let's have a look. He's in P9 at the moment, and he is coming into sector 3, but looks like he may have just dropped out there because he's on full battery, so I think he's going to go again. So we'll just jump off him for the time being. We'll go on to Zach User, as Zach User is coming around as well. He has set a 29.265, repping the American muscle tonight. My team, let's see if he's going to do the team proud this pre-season race tonight. Zach User going to cross the line. It's a 29.2. What's it going to be for him at the moment? Pushes himself up into P5 with a 28.887. Hardly anything in it between him and Toast. We've also got Slushy there, pushed himself into a P6, who is actually still, I think, on another lap. So we'll have to wait and see. He's coming up the hill now in that Sector 2 area, coming around into the final corner, getting on to Sector 3, down the main straight line mode active, all the way down, burning a little bit of the battery, not burning too much, you can see, still got around about 14%, we'll probably get up around about 30% into the final corner, a lot more than that actually, because he lifts off, now burns all the battery again, doesn't burn anything actually, and goes straight into the pits. So, interesting, no he doesn't go into the pits, yes he does go into the pits, sorry, got confused there. I thought he was going to go across the finishing line, but no, he didn't. 3 minutes to go. Nicholas, who are we on board with next?
Jono is now 2 tenths up on their time. They are going for another flyer, it seems. They are going into turn 13 now. Purple sector, 6 tenths up. This is going to shake the grid, definitely, as he's going to go onto the second last straight we have into turn 14, trying to save as much battery as he can for the last acceleration zone out of turn 14. 15 has a little bit of a snap there, goes full on the gas, 300 kilometers an hour, crosses the line, he is P3.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my, what a lap from Jono there.
That's a great lap. That's a fantastic lap. We're 3 minutes in at the moment. Terence and Murray and Shani and Flying Kiwi and Kaus and Mitchell all looking to get knocked out of Q2 at the moment. Mitchell repping that Ferrari. There it's really weird to see Mitchell in a Ferrari and not an Alpine from last season. And the same with Kaus, not in a Williams but in a V-Cab as well. So really interesting. And same with Murray Nabs as well. Party. Thank you very much for the bits. Much appreciated. Slushy looks like has retired as well, so he feels he's safe. We are going to jump on board with let's have a look. Mitchell, Murray Nabs. Nicholas, over to you.
So Mitchell,
Murray Nabs.
The other four. Murray. Okay, here we are. Alright, so we're just going to be starting Sector 1 here. He is using all his battery on that first straight, trying to regain all of it back. It's definitely a new strategy we're seeing here. Going to be deploying, going to be harvesting throughout that second straight there, down into turn 4, trying to use as much of that track as possible, left and right, and he's aborted his lap. Moe Nabs has aborted their lap. That is unfortunate. They do have time to push their car, save all the battery they can, cool down the tires for another lap if they would like to do that. Most of the cars are now on their outlaps now. Mitchell has just started their lap, SJ, if you want to go and take that away.
Yep, sure thing. He is now coming up the hill to sector 1. Mr. Jono has retired, so top 7 have retired. So this looks like this is going to go to the wire at the moment between Daniel Rocks, Murray and Huddy to go. Also Winter, Mitchell and Kaus, Flying Kiwi. Just keep an eye on there. He's 2.5 tenths up though, so there's improvement there. So keep an eye out for Flying Kiwi. He has shown some extreme pace last season in the quali, and Daniel Rocks looks like he's about to start as well. But we'll keep on board with Mitchell at the moment. 6th gear coming down into 3rd. Into the really left-handed there. Goes a little bit wide there on the exit. You need to keep quite tight to that and get a really good exit with speed going down this main straight, which used to be a DRS zone, but it's not now. Straight line mode. Murray Nabs has decided to call it there and retire. He's happy with that 29.2, but I think he could be in trouble because Huddy the Goat is a 29.2 as well, and the Winter is a 29.7. So any improvements there, Murray could drop down to P10. So keep an eye on that at the moment. We've got Mitchell coming around the final corner. I'm going to take you all the way through the rest of the drivers as well, and then I'll let Nicholas take the opening of Q3. So here we go. Mitchell crossing the line. What's it going to be for Mitchell? P11 and just gets knocked out of Q2. 29.293. We've got a Haas coming around the corner as well, which, no, we haven't got a Haas. Sorry, it's a Cadillac. No. What is that white car? It's a Cadillac, so the Cadillac's a white car now. And here we go, stays P10. What about Murray Nabs stays P10. Mitchell drops down to P12. Who else have we got coming around the final corner? We've got Daniel Rocks. Can Daniel Rocks there? He's 5.5 tenths up in the final corner. Gonna cross the line. This is gonna be an outrageous lap. And he goes P3! What a time from Daniel Rocks. He is really pushing pre-season tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Flying Kiwi though, he's invalidated. He is out of Q2. Then we've got one more, which is Kaus coming around the final corner. What's it going to be? Can he get himself into Q3? No, he can't. He is into P13. Who else have we got coming around the final corner? I can't see. We've got Winter. Winter crosses the line, and he goes P10, and that drops Murray Nabs out of Q2, and that is your job done, because Mitchell, I don't think is going to be able to do it. No, he's gone very wide, and he hit a brake board. But what I've got to say, what a time from Daniel Rocks, a 28.4. He is only 60 thousandths of a second slower than the man in Division 1, Jono. What a time. Back to you, Nicholas.
What a final qualifying. I mean, what a last final few minutes of qualifying there. Daniel Rocks with an astounding lap, knocking out Huddy. Oh, and we have and Winston's lap knocking out Molly. It's just so unfortunate. Molly and Huddy won't have the final times to make it into Q3 there. It's very unfortunate, but we do have our ladder set from position 11 to position 16. Nothing can change there. We are seeing the levels of battery management you need to have around the circuit. It's definitely very favorable for these cars where you have such harsh acceleration, harsh braking zones. After that, you need to accelerate as hard as you can because of those straights. I mean, it's just an absolute energy fest. I'm going to call it an energy fest because that's what it is. You are trying to accelerate as hard as you can out of those corners using all of the 1,050 horsepower out of that engine. It is definitely going to be a Q3 to watch, especially with Oscar, Jono, Daniel Rocks, Jono Weber, Toast, Zach Suter, Terrence, Slushy, and Winter making our top 10. I am very excited to see how this Q3 is going to pan out for these drivers as we finally see the garages here.
Perfect. We've just lost Jono, so if you could give him an invite, if you've got him as a friend. If not, then I'll have to do it. But if you could get him an invite, that'd be amazing. And while you do that, I will take us through the Q3 order. If you have just joined us tonight, we've got 21 of you tuning in. Toast is in. We've then got Oscar Lou, Slushy Winter, Daniel Rocks, Weber, Mr. John Hart, Terrence, Jono, and Zach User are your top 10 going into Q3. What do these guys have? We will have to wait and see.
I don't have Jono.
Okay, next time, just when you go into comms for future, add everyone. So it's easier.
Okay. My bad.
No John. Just bear with us a jiffy. We will not be doing this in the season. So thanks, EA. Communicating. Lovely. Love to see that. Love to see that that's still not fixed. There you go, Jono. Enjoy the invite. Right. Thoughts? Who's taken pole position here? We saw a very, very dominant performance from Oscar Lou, but can he improve on that and even go quicker in Q3?
You know what? I'm throwing the full weight of my predictions here. I'm saying, well, top 3 order is going to be Oscar Lou, Jono, and then rounding it off with M. Jono. I think Daniel Rocks is going to end up 8th, and we're going to have Winter going 4th.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting, to say the least. Right, well, we've got these guys coming out for the final time. 10 minutes to go of Q3. And let's have to wait and see. But while we do this, we'll just give you a bit of an update. After this will be deleted. The check-in will be deleted. Then the next one is out for tomorrow night. So feel free to jump in that. That's going to be a fantastic night. And then the next one will be on Monday. So if you are wanting to race tomorrow night and you've raced tonight, please check in as a reserve. Do not check into a full-time seat because we will be making sure that new drivers that haven't raced tonight will be able to drive tomorrow because different drivers may not race on different days. So just to give you a bit of a heads up. That gives everyone the opportunity to race. And yeah, so 5 days of Bahrain. Lovely. Okay, all right. I will take it. Who do you want to take it away with? You want to go with?
Oh, let's do Terrence. Terrence is the first one out. So Terrence is now on a very exceptional lap here. He's saving his battery very well. We are seeing people who save their batteries a lot for that last sector there end up getting the much higher times as he wants to go from the edge to edge where it gets a little bit of a slide. These cars do not have a lot of traction but require a lot of traction because of that electric part of the engine providing an insanely inhuman amount of torque. Boost on, straight mode on. We're going to be going as much to the right as possible as we go all the way to the left with that long left-hander as turn 11. Cuts the corner, cuts the edge of the track, goes into turn 13, and we start the second last straight. Battery down, you want to save a bit of battery near here. He's probably going to super clip his way, charge up the battery a little bit as he breaks the side. 40% left as he boosts on, straight mode on, just a straight gun to the final line, and we're getting a 1:29.401 from Terrence. Absolutely stunning. Next person on the lap seems to be Zach.
Sorry.
Unfortunate.
It's Weber. Weber is just about to cross the line. He takes pole.
1:28.431. That's a pole position, and Daniel Rocks is now about to go over the line, and we're gonna get a 1:28.887. Also suffering from the battery issues of running out in the final. We're gonna have M. Jono sliding out a little bit the final corner, getting a 1:28.396. Is gonna follow by Toast getting a 1:46. I think he aborted his lap there. We're gonna get Oscar. Oh, no, Oscar's now on an outlap actually. We now have.
Take it away. Take it away with Oscar.
I think that's right.
No, you take it away with Oscar. He's just bad.
Oscar. All right. Okay, we're gonna be heading into turn 1 here. Using so much less battery than the others. We're going to be burning a ton throughout that first main straight, trying to recoup all that back. Going all the way to the left, then going to the right to finish the corner. Turn 5, 6, 7. The sweeping corner is going to heat up those tires significantly. Then we're going to have a very, very, very tight turn 8. The brakes are going to be screaming from how hot they're going to get. But the battery's going to be very happy because of the recharge getting. The, the front left had nothing on it because of how little it was doing for that turn 10 there. As he no boost, goes straight through the middle straight there onto turn 11. The long left-hander, where doesn't cut the track. It seems to be a popular idea to cut the track on turn 12. He gets a purple sector 2. Fantastic. Burns the battery a ton through that second last straight there. Needs to recharge it significantly. Toast gets a new fastest lap. 25%. All of it down. Straight mode on. 0%. We see him suffering from the same issues, and he still gets pole. Oscar gets pole after the many issues he had during that lap. Still gets pole. It just shows how skilled of a driver he is, and he's almost done it by a full second. Wow, SJ, that is a lap for the ages.
Oh, Jono, literally, it's hands off. 1.06 off Oscar Lou. These guys are going to it. We are going to have a very, very good battle if this is the lineup that we are going to be seeing next season. We'll have to wait and see. And there's still a few guys still not to make this lineup. You've got Meowsy, you've got Fat Cat, and also Aiden as Raiden that didn't set a time as well. So yeah, and whoever else is out there as well. So yeah, Jono and Oscar Lou are really showing us what they can do, and how close is that. So basically, it is 1.7 seconds to P1, and then it is literally from P5 to P1 is 8.5 attempts. So bit of a difference, but still, these guys have 18 weeks to get to grips with this game. So plenty of time, and it's going to be very interesting to see where they end up being evaluated after tonight as well, and after their pre-season. So yeah, exciting stuff at the moment, and yeah, going to be interesting to see. Slushy though, he is about to either go into the pits again this time or cross the line. No, he's going to go into the pits. I've got to say that Aston Martin looks quite slick, doesn't it?
It looks quite beautiful, honestly. I mean, I've never seen it go so fast. Like, we haven't really gotten a great example from the actual F1 broadcasts, but it's been flying around these tracks in the game. I mean, it looks amazing, going so quick around, especially circuits like this, where you just have such tight corners, and you just get a great chance to see all of the sides of that car. It just looks absolutely stunning.
Definitely. Mitch washed, and obviously Aiden as Aiden, they're saying is washed. So a few comments coming into the chat. 3 minutes to go. Symphonic, and got everyone in there tonight, which is good to see. Oscar Lou taking pole position for the time being with 3 minutes to go. Jono in P2 and Toast in P3. Now, do you believe from last season that we saw Toast, win the championship in Division 2? Do you think that he's going to be one to watch out for as well if he ends up in Division 1, which I would say more likely is? Do you think he's going to be one to watch out for if he gets to grips with it pretty quick? Because he is very consistent and doesn't make mistakes.
Post is definitely not a driver to mess around with. Once he gets the hold of a track, he does not let it go until it is dead. It is absolutely shocking the pace he can just execute out of a car. But it is an entirely new division, new drivers, new assets on track, new speeds that he needs to reach to even win the championship. In Div 2 could have been a second off Div 1 in some tracks. It's the top of Div 1. But so we'll have to see how Toast performs. But Jono was a Div 1 driver. Jono is a Div 1 driver. Oscar seems Div 1 worthy. And he's still holding it up. So we really will just have to see. It is totally just going to be throwing a rock in a pond and seeing if it will swim. So it's totally going to be random. It is totally up to chance. It is totally up to Toast's skill to see if he can master Div 1, maybe still win the championship there.
Yeah. Do you want to take this last one away, or do you want to take the start of the
This
race?
last lap?
Do you want to take these last qualies, or do you
Uh,
want to take the start of the race?
I'll take the start of the
Decisions.
race.
Okay, all good. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuned in with us, we've got 1 minute and 17 seconds. We've got 10 cars all on out laps, and we're about to get underway with Jono, who will be the last and probably the first car that will set a time. And here we go. This is the last time we're going to see full qualifying tonight before we then get underway, when Nicholas will take us away for the first race of the season with pre-season. So here we go. Jono comes down into turn one. Keep an eye on them sector times to see if we are going to see any improvement. He is in the Williams, repping them tonight for Dido. So, yeah, Dido will have his eyes open, I'm sure. He does have pick one. So, this man could be a Williams driver from draft night. We have no idea what Dido is going to do. So, we'll have to wait and see. But, let's have a look. Sector one. He is up on his time, 0.031 at the moment. Good job from Jono. We may take a little bit of a look to Oscar Lou as well and just keep moving back and forth to them as Oscar Lou is now coming in to Sector 1 and about to start Sector 1 now, sorry. Here we go. Let's have a look. What is Jono's time going to... Sorry, Oscar Lou's time going to be? I'm getting confused between the two of them. Are we going to see an improvement from Oscar Lou? Sector 1. Yes, we do. He's up even more than Jono. Jono is up in Sector 3 as well. So at the moment, Jono is up on his time. But is it enough? Is it going to be enough into the final corner? Will Jono be able to knock Oscar Lou? Oscar Lou was up on his time when we looked at him in Sector 1. Jono is going to cross the line now on full quality. What's it going to be? Takes pole for the time being. 27.595. Back to Oscar Lou. Oscar Lou's up on his time. 0.045. Can he improve any more? Let's have a look. He's coming in round into Sector 2. He's got a bit of traffic in front. May get a tow. This may change the dynamics of his qualifying, as we can see in Aston Martin that is right in front of him. So he will be getting a tow off that car. No, he won't, because he's moved over to the right. So Oscar Lou coming around. Final corner. Can he take pole position here for pre-season race 1 at Bahrain? Very nice, smooth, and sailing at the line. And no, he doesn't. He misses out. 27.615. Jono takes P1. Toast takes P3. Webber takes P4. John takes P5. And I've lost it. Wow. What a quality. You think that the man's going to take it, and unfortunately he doesn't. There you go. There's your classifications. Can you invite Noah Hurney back? That would be absolutely amazing. Jono takes P1. Oscar Lou takes P2. Toast takes P3. Then we got Webber, John Ayers, Zach User, Daniel Rocks, and Winter. Not in your prediction that you did say in P4. Unfortunately, he's in P8. Terence in P9, and Slushy in P10. So the only two that into the 27s was Jono and Oscar Lou. 28 was third down to 7th. And then the last three, Winter, Terence and Slushy in the 29s. And it's all over to you, Nicholas. If you don't have me on mute.
We are just we are just seeing the Rush Verstappen and Rush Hamilton fight of the new order, of just how much quicker Jono and Oscar are, and while being so close together, this is 100% gonna be a race to watch. We have 22 drivers on the grid, and they are not afraid to press on that gas and get going. Turn 1 is hopefully not going to be a catastrophe like we saw in Monza. We would not like to see that. If I have any race predictions, oh, I do have Oscar. I think he's winning the race. I think my podium prediction stays the same as my quali prediction. I think we'll have Oscar, Jono, and M Jono
Okay.
as our top three. What about you, SJ?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I have no idea.
I'm just gonna wait on inviting. Yeah, seems like M Jono lagged out.
If you could get them guys an invite, that would be absolutely fantastic. So you've got
Just have
Hooney
to wait for the
and
US
John.
load, yeah. Oh, never mind.
Over to you.
Oh, lights out and away we go. We're gonna have uh the Williams of Jono here. Take it in. Oh, take it in. Turn one, beautifully done. Oscar remains in that P2 position as we continue down. Jono has taken his position in P1 absolutely beautifully. We're gonna have our lap away. We're gonna have Jono, Oscar, Torres, Weber, Daniel, Slushy, Zach, Mitchell, Winter, Terrence, Huddy, M. Jonna, Kiwi, Moe, Cows, Noah, Gangster, AXT, Coop, Aiden, Kenobi, and Shiny Piastri. Excellent grid as we see the Williams of Weber go wide. Wow, it just shows that that final corner just takes so much commitment from the brakes there. If you do not trust them enough, you go wide. It does not give you any chances to recover that relationship there. As we see, but Oscar is not going to let Jono slide. He is on the attack. Oscar is dumping all his battery. Except he realized he can't because if you dump all your battery now, you need it for the rest of the race. Straight mode on. We're gonna have overtake on for Oscar there, as Oscar gets the fastest lap. Sorry, I'm just gonna work on inviting MJ here if you would like to take it back,
Yeah, we
SJ.
lost Cass early on. The host migrated, unfortunately, so hopefully we don't have any issues with this lobby. But at the moment, we've got 22 drivers on, but with 2 drivers lagged out, so hopefully we get them back in. John leading the way with Oscar Lou in P2. Then we've got Toast in P3 a little bit further down. I'm trying to find out what's going on with the order. I don't know. There we go. I've got no times. So, yeah, this is not good. Unfortunately, so I do apologise. I can't get the times up, so hopefully it sorts itself out. But that's what happens, unfortunately, when they migrate hosts. We lose all information and data. But here we go. We've got Jono leading the way, Oscar in P2, Toast in P3, then Weber, then Daniel Rocks, Slushy, Zach User, Winter, Terrence, Huddy to go, Mitchell, Flying Kiwi, Moe Nabs, and Gangster that's just gone off the track there. Got himself a 3-second time penalty. We've got the Ferrari of Moe Nabs getting around the job there. Kaus has joined back. I've no idea who the host is. We've then got Flying Kiwi, then Gangster, Mr. John R. Kaus, Aiden is Raiden, AXT, Noah Hooney, who's just got the job done on AXT, or Noah. Yep, and then Shining Swarm P20, Rolling One Canadian P21, and Coops on 6 and 22. Back up to the front. Coops on 6 gives himself a 3-second time penalty. Very difficult to work out who is where because we don't have the intervals. Let me press start and see if that
Goodness.
is it going to change it? We don't have no interval times. So very difficult to work out who's where. So, yeah, just keep an eye out on the green and the red arrows. As Slushy and Zach User are going at it, Slushy gets the job done. Having a P6, Zach User follows him behind. We'll jump on board a POV here. Over to you, Nicholas.
Zach Caesar?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna have 30% battery. He's gonna be chasing Slushy at the moment. He has overtake and Slushy does not. Zach's going to take this corner as a great opportunity to recharge his battery as we go into that straight in the middle there between turns 11 and 12. As he gets a run on Slushy, but he knows he probably can take it. Starts harvesting as much battery as he can. Into turn 11. Has a lot more speed on the table. He's trying to save his tires, it seems. Oh, as Slushy does seem to run right. A bit of a lock up there on Maria's for Slushy there. Second last straight. Zach's user has got to go over the overtake here. Zach user went for the overtake and he gets it. Great job from Zach's user there. But unfortunately, he passed Slushy before the overtake line. Now Slushy's going to have overtake for the rest of his lap. Slushy has about 21% of his battery, and Zach's user has only had 0, and now he recharged. This is definitely going to be a fight to witness. Slushy having 50%, Zach's user only having 10. Oh, only if Slushy realized. Slushy has such an advantage here with the battery. Battery riding 50% of your engine this season. If you don't take care of your battery, you are done. You cannot overtake anyone with no battery. As we are seeing now, Zach's gonna try. Oh, never mind. Slushy's now having to fight off another car. Winter's on his rear end, and I'll hand it back to you as I need to invite MJ here.
Yeah, okay. I've just invited Slushy. So we got Wibber. We've got a 3-second time penalty. Game just crashed. And the games are crashing, which is having a bit of issues tonight, which is a bit of a shame. But we're still on board with some racing. We've still got no intervals as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Should we do a lobby? No, we will not going to do a lobby restart. We're going to leave it for the time being. I'm not going to change it now. We're going to continue. We're just hopefully going to have to work out who is going to host the lobbies next season. We'll have to wait and see. But we've got Oscar and Jono still leading the way. We're going to go a little bit further down. We've got a battle going on here between Shining and Noah. Shining gets the job done in that. I love that Audi. I absolutely love that livery. Noah only goes a little bit wide there. A little bit of move going up the front here as Honey Goat gets the move done on Slushy. And it looks like Mitchell is about to get the move done as well and says thank you very much. We will wait for Slushy to come back. Slushy's going to come back at him though. Mitchell's going to go for the double. Does he get the double? Going into turn 1. Oh, he's going to go side by side with Honey to Go. Honey to Go holds it. Mitchell's going to come back in and we're going to jump on board with Mitchell for a POV down the main straight. The lobby is practice, I know. We're going to continue. Just continue the race, please. Mitchell leading the way. We've sent you an invite just to rejoin. Everyone else has rejoined. We've got John R in. We've got Hooney in. It's just you, Slushy. Just jump back in. We've got Mitchell, and he's just lost that little bit there. I know, AXT. I know the game's glitched. I know. We then got, we've also got, how do you go? He's just trying to put the pressure on Terrence now. As Mitchell really goes in deep there and really hits the back of Honey to Go, and that could have been curtains for the Ferrari driver. We'll jump back off them for the time being, but we do have a bit of a mixture of tyres here, Nicholas. We've got Terrence and Flying Kiwi, Roman Kenobi and Noah Hooney on the softs. And we have been told that Bahrain is very similar between softs and mediums.
Definitely. We do have the mix of tires is definitely going to be interesting. Shining and Moe starting on the hards, definitely an interesting strategy. Bit of a sinking issue though, unless they must have pitted. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how the hards do play out. The other drivers, our teams are going to be watching what the hards are going to be doing with Shining and Moe there. They're going to be the perfect test subjects because they're at the back of the grid with no dirty air. Definitely going to be one to watch. As we do have the fight up front still happening. Jono overtaking Oscar just less than a lap ago. We do see how if you overtake right after the overtake line, you have basically the entire lap as an advantage. You can burn so much of your battery down and still basically have what DRS was back in last season. It is definitely something to watch. We do have Oscar and Jono do have similar battery levels, so it is going to be a very tight race between them, as they've already almost gapped toast. We are seeing the difference between Div 1 and Div 2 here. The Div 1 champions versus the Div 2 champions. that just shows Toast will have to overcome this if he wants to succeed in Div 1. Unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly as easy as Div 1 was. It's just, in Div 2 was. It's just the unfortunate reality of dealing with more experienced drivers, locking up a little bit for Toast into turn 1 there. We do have the fight between Weber and Daniel Rocks here. Um, Daniel Rocks does have a need to recharge his battery. He is running a bit low. It's going to make his ability to overtake Weber there a little bit difficult, but Weber does have that penalty. That penalty will be a very big issue for Weber if he keeps Daniel Rocks in that 1 second overtake gap. Bit of a very tight line there for Daniel Rocks as we continue down the mid straight, but won't get the overtake. And we see the issues of running out of battery in the middle of straights there. It is quite worrying. It's the big problem with these regulations. You need to be able to manage your battery very well. If you run out of battery, it is over. You're stuck at gear 7 for the entire straight, unfortunately, like we're seeing now with Daniel Rocks. Another battle to watch out for is Terrence does have a fight with Aiden is Raiden. Aiden did make up about 15 spots there. He started around P22, I think, and now he's at P7, trying to, I'm not sure what he's doing by going on the dirty line, but going on the dirty line. But now Terrence had to overtake, and now Mitchell's about to overtake with going down into turn 1. Mitchell has now overtaked Terrence into turn 1. Wow. And now Terrence has to overtake. No. Oh my goodness. They are side by side going into turn 4. No, Huntley gets a 3-second penalty. Oh my goodness. And Terrence slides out. And he loses another position to Hardy. Oh my goodness. We're now seeing the race unfold for Terrence here. This is quite unbelievable. It's insane how much traction you need for these cars to get going, with the amount of with the amount of torque these cars have with their electric part of their engines. They just will not relent. You need to be very, very careful. But he has 100% on his battery, and he's not afraid to use it. Yeah. Going to another fight, we do have. Oh.
If you could invite Winter, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. We got AXT. It's gone around the outside there. We've got a nice little battle going on there between him and Shining Swarm. We've got a battles going on as well with Coops on 6 that's now brought back into that. Rummy One Kenobi is getting into that as well. But we can see Coops on 6 really trying to push on there on the Mercedes of Mr. John R, who has had a bit of an issue due earlier on with issues tonight. EA are giving us a problem. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But back up to the front, AXT has... did he get the job done? No, he comes back onto track. Mr. John R is looking to get the move done as well. Yes, it is messed up. We do know that. AXT goes over to the right-hand side. He goes for a move. They're going to go side by side. Great side-by-side action there between him and Shining Swarm. They're going to go side by side. He's gone over to the left. He's come back onto track. He's then trying to get the move coming down the main straight. It's the Audi and the V-Cup going at it. You've also got Coops on 6 that's going to get involved in that as well. Three-way fight down here in P15. AXT goes and gets the move. Goes too deep. Loses it, has to come back on track and goes behind, loses the position out to Coops on 6 there, and there we go. We've got Gangster in P12 now, back up to the front, still no intervals. Mitchell up in the P9, what a race he's having. Huddy to go in that P8. Aiden is Raiden in P7. Zach User in P6. Daniel Roxton P5. We're not going to red flag this race. I've said 2 or 3 times. It's pre-season. League race with Wood. We're not going to red flag it. We're going to continue at the moment. Yes, we do have issues. We know there's cars teleporting. We have no intervals, nothing, but we're going to run it. Otherwise, it's going to be early hours in the morning. And no, I'm not red flagging it tonight. Jono and Oscar Lou still leading the way with P1 and P2. I've got no idea how far in front these guys are, but I can reckon say it's quite big. We've got Toast behind in P3, who is going to have a battle on his hands because he's got Weber. But I'm going to jump on board with Weber for you, Nicholas, because I'm getting a bit croaky.
100%. Alright, heading on with Weber here. He's gonna be in P4 at the moment. 25% chasing down Toast. Weber and Toast, I think, were in also Div 2 together. So this is going to be a very interesting race to see here. Weber is not within it, hasn't been within a second though. But it seems like Toast is now losing a lot of his tires. You can see his tire front left and front right start looking a bit shiny there. And the brakes, oh wow, the brakes almost gave up on Weber there. Weber going really, really wide, 90% though, and he's gonna try dumping it all, try to catch up to Toast here. My goodness, this is gonna be this is absolutely a stunning race. We got 10 laps old with these mediums. It is going to be very exciting to see when these cars will pit, but I'm assuming lots of people are waiting for a safety car, but that is not very rare around Bahrain. We do have, so completing the lap here, and he does get overtake. He is within a second, and he loses the rear end a little bit, but still keeps it. Finally, Toast and Weber are just about on the same battery level, coming closer, but now trying to harvest that battery again, as battery is very important to overtaking there. Oh my goodness, Toast locked his rears there, and he went wide. This is the perfect opportunity here for Weber to try overtaking Toast into this. Toast going through turn 4 now. So is Weber. Weber now at 73%. Weber is saving up as much battery as he can for the straight between turn 9 and 10. It is going to be very, very cool to watch. He's now at 100%, but he does need to deploy some of that now. Otherwise, his rear will not be carrying nearly as much weight as it should be as we go into turn 10. And he locks the rears a little bit. He locks the rears. That significantly limits his ability to catch up to Toast here. This is showing the amount of torque going through the rear tires, and the rear tires aren't standing up for it. The rear tires, oh my goodness, his rear tires are on fire now. He's being very careful to not fully go full throttle there. Oh, he doesn't want his tires ripping out on him. Oh my goodness, this is a lap and a half from these two drivers, just the skill level from both of them coming up. But Toast brakes very early as we see Weber. Oh, Toast is going in the pit lane. Toast is pitting and Weber takes P3 at the moment. Weber has a penalty for a 3-second penalty probably for track limits earlier. Moving on to Oscar and Jono. Jesus, we have a crazy race from these two. Both of them are relentless, and they are both gapping the field by a mile. We have Oscar on the overtake mode, which will help him gain an extra few hundred kilowatts down the straight. It's genuinely going to be a fun race to watch as we head down into the straight between turn 10 and 11, dumping all that battery, recharging a little bit, trying to go all the way wide, going into turn 11 now, trying to follow Jono as closely as he can, trying to get as much advantage as he can, going into turn 14, going to turn 13 here. Overtake not on. He doesn't want to overtake now. He probably wants to save up his battery for a bit later. Gets the overtake again, which is great. 3-second time penalty for Huddy. Track limits. Definitely not ideal. But overtake on for Oscar here. He's going to try and catch up to Jono as much as he can. But we are seeing the issues of tire degradation as we go on. The longer these people are left out on the mediums, the harder and harder they'll be able to control. Because of the amount of torque going through the rears, they heat up a lot quicker, and then therefore they lead to a lot of overheating issues, especially with tracks like this where the corners are so slow and you have to regain a lot of energy, then use as much of that torque to get as much speed and acceleration out of there. But these drivers are just showing why they're just above the skill from the rest. I mean, we could just see on the minimap down there how much Oscar and Jono have gapped Weber there. Zach's user as well following behind there too. Jono and Oscar's probably going to try to go for the overtake here. Overtake on. Both of them are dumping ERS at the moment. He sees that from the rear of Jono's car. As we know, um, if the lights are flashing on the back of the car, it means they're recharging. If they blink twice, it means they're at 10%. So the back of the car, the lights at the back of the car communicate crucial information to what battery each car is on, but it's only the access to the overtaking car. Oh wow! Oh my goodness, they get very close within meters. Oscar's now going to probably go for the overtake here. Overtake on. Full slipstream straight mode on. As we see it, burning as much battery as we can see. Front axle is at Jono's rear axle here. And the side by side into turn 1. Going into turn 2. Side by side, almost crashing into each other. Make it careful to leave room on the track for each other. Boost mode on. Luckily, Oscar still has that boost mode, but he has no battery left. He used all that battery trying to overtake Jono on the first and second straight. They're still side by side, and Oscar completes the overtake. Oh my goodness, Oscar finally completes the overtake that he's been seeking for 3 laps at this point. That is absolutely crazy, but now we're seeing the issues now. Jono has 70%, while Oscar only has about 30%. It is going to be a big issue for Oscar here. To be able to keep the lead, you just need to be able to get that battery as high up as you can. And we'll have to see how they do that. My goodness, this is an absolutely fantastic race to watch. Jono tries looking for the overtake opportunity, but he absolutely cannot do that. Unfortunately, Oscar still has that boost mode, which enables him to overtake. But he's charging! He's going to go for the overtake! Side by side, he hits a side pod. But then, straight mode on! Oh my god, this is going to be a race to watch. And Jono completes overtake. Oscar runs out of battery. He cannot sustain it for any longer. Jono completes the overtake. We are just seeing these rules just escape the men from the boys here. And Jono and Oscar are going into the pits. My goodness, SJ. Are we watching?
Yeah, you've obviously got a little bit too excited, which is really good to see. But no, fantastic racing between Jono and Oscar Lou and the Hurst and the Williams there. But still no intervals, which is great. But we're on lap 15 and 29 and nearly done and dusted here for the first pre-season race of this season. A few issues, which I'm sure we will get sorted out moving forward. Good to find them out now and finding out at a later date. We've then got Jono still leading the way. 3-second penalty to Oscar Lou now. That's massive. Can Jono push on and, have an advantage over that? We'll have to wait and see. Toast is only around the corner as well. Weber is still on the hunt for Toast, but just cannot get him at the moment. Nice little battle going on there. Daniel rocks tonight. He's been absolutely solid in that P5 as well. And he's going to start putting the pressure on Weber. Decided to go for the medium, so it's going to be interesting to see how those tyres are going to hold up as well. Zach User doing a fantastic job for the new team, a new addition on the grid, Cadillac in P6. Aiden's Raven done a fantastic job, but he's on the hunt here. How do you go? Where does this man come from? He was Div 3 last season. This man is pushing Aiden is Raven, a Division 1 driver. And Noah Hooney has decided to call it a night. And if the guys have had issues tonight, we will allow them to race in the race tomorrow night. So do not worry, we'll make sure that we get a host set up and all sorted. Hopefully no problems. But where does this man's pace come from? Honey to Go is absolutely tearing it up on this track tonight. P8, yes, he has a penalty, but he's staying with Aiden Israeli. Fantastic to see. But Aiden Israeli is not slow. So keep an eye out on that battle. Mediums versus hards. 5 laps 2-0. So I'm probably thinking that Aiden Israeli will pull away. So yeah. But a little bit further down, Mitchell, very impressed with him tonight. Him and Terence have been having a great little battle. Audi and Ferrari going at it, which is really good to see. Will Terence make a move down on Mitchell into the main straight, into turn 1? Let's have a look here. You can see a few guys here under fueling as well, Nicholas. That may be a little bit of a problem when it comes to the late stages of this race. But we'll have to wait and see. Will Terence be able to get closer to Mitchell at the moment. Barry is near enough the same, so these are quite evenly matched, these two at the moment. But good race from Mitchell. Be great to see how far away he is from Huddy to go, but we're not going to find that out. Cows, though, he's actually now starting to rail. Can't even get my words out. He's starting to reel them in as well because he's on those mediums as well. Had a bit of an issue with the connection issue earlier on. Flying Kiwi getting himself a 3-second time penalty in P12 and he's just gone off track there. He's got Murray Nabs and Gangster following very, very closely. There's Gangster getting very, very close to Murray Nabs there. You've got John R. has not been able to make his way up through the back of the grid after the incident with the connection issue. Winter as well with another time penalty or another one or just one time penalty. Another one time penalty. He is battling Coops on sticks for the P16 position. Back out to the front though. There's moves happening here. Jono has lost the lead to Oscar Lou now, Nicholas. And I'm going to let you go on board with Jono, who is basically advantage Jono.
I mean, wow, we know what racing we can see from these two. It's just absolutely shocking. These guys are separating from the rest of the field like crazy. But actually not, because Toast has kept the same distance away from Jono and Oscar for quite a few laps now. It is quite surprising how the fighting from these two have separated the field quite a lot, because as they are battling, they're both losing times against each other because of the fact that there's an entire car in front of them and they can't take the perfect racing line anymore. Jono is going to be on 90%, while Oscar still has overtake and going to be on 50. This is showing that Jono is still keeping the battery advantage out of these two. We are seeing, this is like what happened between George and Leclerc in the Australian race going through turn 9-10, where they were just constantly passing by each other every other lap. I mean, it is just crazy how much overtaking we are seeing from this race. I mean, Jono has that battery advantage. We are like, that's what separates the field genuinely from how good they are, how quick they are. And Jono is going to go for a overtake here. Jono with the higher battery, the overtake mode. Never mind, they're side by side. Into turn 4, going into turn 5-6 now. Side by side. They're not going to let each other pass. They're not going to let them do that. Going into turn 8, and they're still side by side. Oh my goodness. They are about tight on battery at this point. They have to get so much reliance out of the tires for this corner. But Oscar does have the inside line. Who can get on the accelerator first? And they're still side by side. Oh my goodness. Jono needs to soon get on that overtake. But it might be in his best interest to stay with Oscar, because if Jono can get overtake for another lap, Jono does have another lap to try separate him from Oscar, because the overtake gives you access to more power, and it genuinely, that's what's going to be happening. They're both going to try going slow enough to see who can't get overtake. And Jono is going to let Oscar take overtake because Oscar was trying to go slow enough for it. Oscar with overtake down the main, never mind. Neither of them have overtake. Neither of them will be having overtake in this lap. Oh, never mind. It seems to have a visual glitch there. But, Oscar having overtake gets the position. Never mind. Jono still getting the position up, burning down all his battery going into turn 4 here. Wow, these drivers are still going side by side. It's a turn 5, 6, 7. Now, cutting the track a little bit. Oscar gets a penalty. Oscar got a penalty from that. That is quite shocking there. Going around the track, Jono might be willing to pull off now. It might not be worth to ruin his tires or battling when he could just stay behind and get a confirmed win here. I mean, but never mind, he's still gonna go for the overtake. And he gets it done. Wow.
mate.
Going into turns 11 and
Oh
12
no, Oscar
now.
comes back at him around the outside and gets the move done. Lovely job. These guys are having an absolutely well, they're having well of a time. I reckon they're enjoying this definitely. Maybe even there might be even a VC. Toast, unfortunately, is driving on his own at the moment, but Webber is still trying to catch him. He just cannot get him. We've got Gangster that's decided to call it as well. That's another retirement. We've then got Murray Nabs and Flying Kiwi that decided to pit on fresh tyres. Rami Kenobi in the P15 position. The other Haas. We've then got Kicks on Sticks in P14. Shining Swarm in P13. Honey to Go in P12. We've then got Mr. John R in P11. Kaus in P10. Getting closer to Mitch. He's getting closer. He's just not there yet. Mitchell and Terence are still going at it. We've got Yellows in Sector 2, where John R has gone off the track there. He's made a bit of a mistake. That's going to bring Shining Swarm into the battle now. Honey to Goat's going to have a bit of a breathing space. Can Kaus get close to Mitchell and Terence? Because Mitchell is on the hunt. Terence has got the job done, but Mitchell is not going to give up here. And he's very close. Can Kaus get closer? That's going to be the question. He's trying as much as he can. He's sitting in that P10 at the moment. We've still got Oscar Lou and Jono going at it. They are 9 laps left of this race. We've still got quite a few guys on the hard compound tyres, 3 guys on the mediums, Daniel Rocks, Terence and Murray Nabs. Has Daniel Rocks got closer to Webber? I'm just having a look at the moment. Doesn't look like it for the time being. A little further on, this is probably the closest battle here. We're going to jump on board with Mitchell and take it away. Nicholas, on board with Mitchell.
Alright, we're going to have Mitchell versus Terence here. Mitchell does have the overtake advantage, but he knows he's better off saving his battery at this point, as overtaking here is futile at best, because once you get to that overtake line, that's where it gives permission to the engine, hey, I can overtake here. But once we get to that line, we'll see some great overtaking. But Mitchell does start falling behind, so he does need to use that little bit of that energy there to catch back up. But Mitchell's at 100%, and he's not afraid to use it. Full force on the battery there. Terence is going to try get him out of the slipstream, because the slipstream will be providing a lot of help there. But at the end of the day, Mitchell does need to regenerate that battery. Oh my goodness, that was almost a collision there. Short shifting up to gear 4 for the traction there. Definitely traction I haven't seen there. And we're going to be burning the battery down. Tries looking for that overtake, but eventually he's going to get it. Shiny Swarm getting the 3-second penalty. We're going to be going to turn 5, 6, 7 now. Turn left, turn right, turn left. It's just a continuous loop. As we go down into turn 8, just the tires now are just barely holding on for that dear life, even while being so new. And then Chocolate with the overtake. Oh my goodness, they crash into each other. That compromised line did not help Mitchell at all. Terence had the wider one, so therefore had more exit speed. But it's oh wow. The racing here is just crazy, because these guys just have completely incompatible racing styles. I mean, Terence just wants to go on that outside as much as possible, but Terence also wants that outside line. But Terence can't race at the inside. But so as both of them go onto that back straight, we're gonna just have to see Mitchell will get another lap at overtake, while Terence knows.
Sorry,
let's get this thing. Yep, go for
it. No, you're right, carry on. I'm just telling you. Kaus is on the hunt.
Oh,
it's just a statement.
Oh, we're gonna have a battery advantage on Mitchell now. Oh my goodness, Mitchell has the battery advantage now. As looks forward ahead and sees them battling out, they know that as Mitchell doesn't overtake while Terence slows him down in every corner, Kaus has an increasingly higher and higher chance to go for that overtake. He's saving the heat in his tires for the corners where he can overtake. Goes through turn 8 here, going up to turn 9. We're going to see Terence and Mitchell side by side. heels as we go into that straight between turn 10 and 11. Oh my goodness. Mitchell finally is trying to get past him. Going into that left-hander where the inside has the advantage. Oh my goodness, they are still side by side. Never mind! He completed the overtake.
Oh,
Mitchell
lovely.
has completed the overtake on Terrence, but Terrence will not let that by. Terrence is right behind him with a
Ooh.
40% battery advantage.
Just seen here that Daniel
As
Rocks has
we
pit.
continue.
Daniel Rocks is actually he's dropped down into P10. Kaus is literally behind these guys. Zach User and Aiden Raiden are going at it as well. Mercedes versus Cadillac. What a battle. Oscar Lou and John are still going at it. They have not stopped all night. It's been absolutely like joint to the hip. This is like Antonelli and Russell all over in Canada for a period of time until one of them made a mistake. Toast, though, is getting closer to. He can see them. Look, he can see one of them. No, sorry, hang on. Who is that? No, that is the hat. Sorry, my apologies. But look who's joined the party. It is Weber who has joined the party. We're starting to see a little few things changing at this final stints of this session here tonight. Weber has finally got to the back of Toast. Aiden has Rain and Zach Hughes are having a nice little battle. It's a two-way fight at the front. It's a two-way fight between P3 and P4. And it's a two-way fight between P5 and P6. And then it's a two-way fight between P7 and P8 and P9. And Daniel Rocks is going to go around the outside of Kaus. Got the better tyres. Does he get the move done? Oh, this is great racing. Kaus holds it. Daniel Rocks tries to go for the switch. Can he get the move done? He's going to go side by side with the V-Cup. No, he stays within formation. This is some great racing. It's a battle from P10 all the way up to P1. Absolutely scenes. And Oscar Lou has got himself another penalty. So Jono will take the win of this race as it stands. But who is going to take the podium? It looks like we could see Toast get on to P3. Ken Aiden as Raiden and Zach User, can they cause any problems? Terrence and Mitchell are going at it. Kaus is on the battle as well. We're going to jump on board with Daniel Rocks. Taking us away with this.
Daniel Rocks and Kaus, we are seeing the battles from every other track. Oh my goodness, as there was almost a collision, Kaus wants to brake very harshly to regain a lot of battery. Daniel Rocks only on 25%. We know that that is a huge battery advantage for Kaus here. But Daniel Rocks knows how to race and he overtakes on that one corner just by acceleration alone. Oh my goodness, if you can get your foot onto the floor, you instantly win, and that boost mode is no joke. It tears through the top of that car as we get through turn 11 here. And it seems like Daniel Rocks has got to join the battle between Mitchell and Terrence. It's going to be a three-way now. My goodness, as Daniel Rocks is making his way up the field, piecing his way through each of the drivers like the cars on a highway and you're at a BMW going 200. Going into turn 14 and then 15 here, Daniel Rocks does only have 20%. This is going to be severely detrimental as we see the other car start severely pulling away. I mean, Daniel Rocks needs to start regaining some of that battery throughout the circuit. It is severely detrimental on that straight. They don't have any battery whatsoever. But we do have him at 40% now. And he has that boost mode and he's not afraid to use it. Going down into that second straight there between turn 3 and turn 4. Truck gets the overtake on Mitchell. He's side by side of Mitchell and he gets it done. He gets it done between turn 5 and turn 6.
He's on very fresh
We're
tyres.
going now into the oh, yes, he is.
He's
right.
on very fresh tyres.
Just 4 laps ago. And Terrence is on 15 lap old mediums. The mediums barely lost even 13 laps in the very first stint. Terrence is not going to have a fun time defending him. The best case for Terrence here is to just let Daniel go. His tyres, I don't think, will be able to take the strain of trying to defend Daniel Rocks here. And I think that's what he's going to realize very soon. Daniel Rocks might just be able to push his way through anyway with such fresh tires, tires that are not overheating at all. He's going to push his way through. I mean, and we can just see the slap of oversteer there. Daniel Rocks the boost mode on. Never mind, he's going to try holding it off because he wants that overtake for that next lap. He does not want Terrence to have any chance of getting even near him. So now, Daniel Rocks, with the overtake button down, tries to get the overtake done, except he runs out of arrows on the straights. We are seeing right now how just detrimental that is. But oh, never mind, he tries to go for the overtake anyway, go down into turn one, over the curb he goes, threading like a needle through that section of corners, turn 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, gets the overtake done, leading Terrence. Terrence should not try fighting this. It is not worth his tires. They're almost 20 laps old and he still has about 3 laps to go. Absolutely insane. What a great battles we're seeing from these drivers at the moment. It's like, SJ, I'm sorry, but these drivers are doing an absolutely fantastic job of giving us the most entertaining racing we've seen at Bahrain since 2010.
Yeah, definitely. There's battles everywhere, which is really good to see. Oh, Oscar Lou. Oh, something's happened here. Someone's got a yellow. There's a yellow in sector 2. Someone's gone around, and that that might be Mr. John R. And there's a bit of a situation going on at the front there. Oscar Lou and John are still going at it. 27 laps. 2 laps to go. Let's have a look. It's just amazing. We've got John and Oscar Lou, Webber and Toast, Aiden. We've got Aiden and Zax. Let's have a look. No, there's been a bit of a gap there now. Aiden does have a penalty. We've then got Daniel Rocks, Terrence and Mitchell. Kaus is trying his hardest to get out of that P10. He's been hunting these guys down. Can he do it? 16 laps, Mitchell 14, Terrence 17. Terrence, we know, is the tyre whisperer on those tyres. And then a little bit further down, we've got Huddy in P11, John R in B12, Murray in B13, Flying Kiwi in B14, Shining Swan in 15th, Rolling One Kenobi in 16th, and Coupon 6th and 17th at the moment. Pens, well, 6 for Oscar Lou, 3 for Webber, 3 for Aiden's Raven, 3 for Huddy to go, 13 for Murray, 6 for Flying Kiwi, 3 for Shining Swan, 3 for Rolling One Kenobi, and 3 for Coops on Sticks. And we still have no idea what the intervals are. So that does not help us. But I'm going to keep on board this 3-way battle between Ferrari, Audi and Red Bull. Sorry, VCAB, Ferrari and Red Bull. Come on, Kaus! Put your foot down! He's been trying so hard and he's there, but he just cannot get the job done. Can he get the guys? That's going to be the question. I'll let you take this last lap and then I'll take the final.
What great racing we're seeing from the 2026 regulations so far of the new Season 11 Rush Racing. Rush Racing Season 11, the previous season build up here. And Jono, Oscar's still fighting it out. Oscar's not letting Jono win the race with no competition. We have another battle, Webber versus Toast. Toast is on his second last lap here. Toast has 2 lap older hards, and we are seeing that with the oversteer there, barely holding on. These rear tires are absolutely on their last.
Terrence is in the wall! Terrence is in the wall! He has got no... What is going on? How is he able to still drive with no left tyre? What is going on? This game is cooked. This game is cooked. Look at that. Look at the internal damage that he has got to his car, and he has still managed to drive. What is going on? Please send this in.
What are we seeing?
What are we seeing? Terrence is... I can't even...
Final lap down to you.
Look at the POV. Look, he has got no left front tyre, and he's still driving. What is going on? I have no words. Anyway, 29 out of 29, ladies and gentlemen. Jono and Oscar Lou. Jono looks like he will take the win here. Webber still trying to push on as well, and he has got toast for company, and it looks like he'll lose the lead as well. We've got Aiden as Raiden getting amongst it as well, as Aiden is about to lap Coops on sticks there. Terence has finally retired, so we've lost Terence finally with the. Yeah, I have no words. Anyway, continuing on, Aiden is Raiden and is in P5. Daniel Rocks is in P7. He has tried to push on, even though saving those tyres and getting onto a new set. He is still not going to get the job done on Zach User. We're still having these two going at it to the last couple of corners. And here we go. Jono, is he going to get the job done on track? Goes round the outside of Oscar Lou. It's 6 seconds of penalties. They're going to go to the line. And who's going to get it? Oh my days. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Oscar Lou. Then it's going to be Webber, but it's not. It's going to be Toast as he'll take the job and go into P2 as Oscar Lou's got 6 seconds of penalties. Aiden as Raiden is having a nice little battle there with a lap car. And then we've also got the Haas as well. And they're having a nice little battle because Romeo and Kenobi can battle for points as well. Gets the job done. Zach User finishing up in P6. Daniel Rocks, P7, and can Kaus get Mitchell? Can he get him? He's got one more try to go for it. Kaus is looking to make the move. He's so close. Can he get him to the line? Come on, Kelsey! Come on! No, he can't! And there you go. He's dropped way up to the top there. And then we've got Huddy to go is about to finish at P10. Mr. John R with P11. And I have no idea what's happened here. It's just all gone kaput. We've got Murray Nabs in P10, 10, 11 and 12. Nice little battle between Jono and Murray Nabs there. And Flying Kiwi will round it out in P13. And we've got P18, P19, P20 and P21 and P22 apparently all in the pits. So EA kaputted that kick. Absolutely, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're only going to interview one driver into the comms box. I'm going to just get Jono. We're going to get Jono in. Yeah, join the comms, please. Oh, Nicholas, that has been a very interesting night of racing. Apart from the EA issues, what a night! What a night for the first race. And yeah, you can't have EA without any issues. Please take screenshots, send them into EA, and get them to fix that because that is bad. What's what I'm going to say? 5 drivers disconnecting, 5 people in the pits at the end, and Terence apparently had no front left tyre, but was still on the track racing. I don't know what we're seeing, but yeah. Anyway, while we take away an interview with Jono, Nicholas, give us your summary of tonight's first preseason race tonight.
What can I say hasn't been said already? I am so happy I was commentating this race compared to some other of the races we do have lined up. This was genuinely the most fun race I've ever seen in so long. P1 and 2 having a battle, P3 and 4 having a battle, P4, 5 and 6 having a battle, P7 and 8 having a battle, P8, P9 and 10 had a battle. Every single part of the grid was swapping overtake after overtake, each lap swapping positions, trying to get that overtake on each other. We are literally just seeing what happened in Australia in turn 9-10 with George and Leclerc. Each of them were just swapping each other on the overtake button there, and it was just the craziest thing we've ever seen. Honestly, it was that is a crazy race, and I don't think any race will be able to compare to that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to bring Jono in. Jono, good evening and welcome to the comms box. We'll only interview P1 in the preseason races. We won't keep you long. Even though there was a lot of issues, we did see a lot of the messages, 5 drivers. We didn't decide to cancel it. I think you're lucky that I think you're probably glad that we didn't cancel it because you were having a well of a time out there with Oscar Lorray.
Yeah, it was very fun battles. Once we decided we got the gap after the pit stop and all that, then we were just like, why not just battle it because we had the gap behind anyway. So yeah, it was very fun, very fun.
Let's just try and put something like. Were you doing it for entertainment? Were you racing hard? Like what's because we've seen
were actually
and go at it, and they've been messing around,
yeah,
slowing down, and
we weren't in a VC. I was with a VC with Weber, so we were racing hard, but we knew, like, both of us know that we're both clean drivers, so it was also for the entertainment a little bit, but it's
of course
it's also just because it was fun as well.
Well, let's just go straight into it. You were very unfortunate last season. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Champion before that, we had to give someone a bit of a history lesson early on because they thought you were Div 3 champion, which was like no. Season 9, right? You look like you've just taken to this game like butter. You look like you've never been away. Tell us, what do you think?
Really, it's just the battery management that I've always been good at, even in the previous generations of games as well. It's just managing your ERS constantly. I've always been good at that. So coming into this, the handling, it kind of feels the same as 25, but under braking, it's a bit more weird. And then obviously you have less downforce into the turns. So other than that, I've gotten grips of the game pretty well. And then the battery is the main thing, about these regulations. Doesn't matter how you drive, it's how well you manage that battery.
Well, we can tell. We can definitely tell that you've got to grips with the game because the trial races have been good that you've raced. You obviously haven't done many races. You've jumped in a few, which is good. This is obviously where it matters. So obviously now going in, obviously if you don't make any more races or if anyone else doesn't turn up, then obviously you're more than welcome to race. But if that is it, then obviously going into Silverstone. How do you feel about Silverstone? And also, how do you feel about where you want to go? Because we've seen you drive for Ferrari. We've seen you on a Williams seat tonight. We know that Dido's got number 1 pick. Like, where's your head at for Silverstone and where's your head at for what team?
So Silverstone, haven't driven it yet on this game. So it's going to be quite interesting. Historically, I have not been the best at qualifying at Silverstone. Race pace I'm okay at, but qualifying, historically, I haven't been the best at, in my opinion. So I got to figure out all the battery stuff as well related to that track, how the battery works. Because each track is very different. So that's where I'm at for basically the Silverstone. And for the drafting, I'm not going to give too much away. I'm just going to say good luck to the other teams of whoever picks me, that's all.
Oh, lady. Yeah, spoiled sport, John. I know you've got loyalty to Ferrari. We know that.
Yep.
But do you fancy a bit of a change? Let's be honest. Do you fancy spicing it up with a new team, with a new car?
Who knows?
Come on,
that's
give
all
me
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be.
Oh
no!
Oh, you're a pie pooper.
No! I'm gonna be very. I'm gonna be very secretive with this. Just wait and see. That's
one more thing, and I'll let Nicholas take it over. How do you feel that there's still a few drivers that didn't race tonight that are fast? How do you feel? Do you feel that when everything formats and everything works out and we start collaborating and getting all the divisions? How do you feel this division's going to go from what you've seen and who you've raced with?
So what I've seen and who I've raced with, definitely the mid pack is going to be a very awesome battle. I believe I'll be at the top of the field. I think there's a very big gap between the top drivers and then you have your midfield drivers. And then there's another big gap with the slower drivers. So it's going to be very interesting to see. There's going to be a lot of battles every single race, on every single lap. So, yeah.
And you've seen the calendar?
No.
You might want to look at the calendar, Jono, because you're going to be in for a treat, mate. You're going to be in for a treat.
Calendar?
600% races, 6 sprints, and 6 50s.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, he likes the intensity. Jono, from me, as always, it's absolutely fantastic to see you back, mate. I'm really, really happy to see you back on the grid. I felt so sorry for you last season, and I think you were probably hating it and never want to ever
Yep.
get involved in EA or play this game again. But you're back. You're showing what you're capable of. You've been fantastic. So, no, if we don't see you in the rest of the Bahrain races, we'll see you in Silverstone. And well done tonight. Thank you for the entertainment, even though if you didn't give us entertainment purposes, and I'll pass you over to Nicholas if you've got any questions.
Thanks, SJ.
Anytime, mate.
First, Jono, wow, that was an astounding race from you, and geez, I forgot the guy's name already. But that was Oscar. Oscar, that was an astounding race from you two. I could barely keep up myself. How would you compare the overtake to DRS from last season?
Overtake is much more powerful because with DRS, that was only for the car behind. Now you get a boost, plus you know every single driver has that straight mode, so that cancels out. So then the overtake mode kicks in, which is definitely much stronger than what DRS would be. So that's what makes it exciting, in my opinion.
With battery management, would you say that it's more important to maintain a stable amount of battery every lap, or dump it every time and then see how fast it can get you?
You'd want to be roughly in the middle, so you'd want to use battery, right? So basically, for example, you're going into a turn. If you know that you'll gain 100% of your battery back anyway, even if it's in like a sector or something, you can burn quite a bit, and that's where your lap time will be, is making sure you're not on 100%, because that's just wasting battery at that point. So you always want to be using it constantly, but not too much that you have nothing on the straights, for example.
I see. Well, thank you so much, Shano. That's all the questions you have from me. I answered all the governors' questions. The racing time, it was absolutely awesome from you. I bet all the viewers watching definitely enjoyed it. Any last
Awesome.
words from SJ here?
No, Jono knows how I feel about him.
Okay.
You need to make a new music video for season 11, Joe. I need that, mate. I need that. I've got to send me that. I've got to put it on Spotify, mate.
I have a couple in the works that I've kind of threw off because it gets boring, but yeah,
you got to.
I'll make sure.
You got to keep it going.
No. I'll make sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Top job.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Mate. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in as always, and tuning in to the first race of pre-season. That is job done. Race 1 is done. We will then be heading over to race 2 tomorrow night, where you'll be joined by Rekus, your favourite American, and the Alpine TP of Hooney, who will be taking it away in the comms box for the next race tomorrow night. After this stream is finished, we'll then delete the check-in for this one, and we will then put the next one out for Monday. So remember, if you've raced this one, there's a few drivers though tonight. Slushy Winter and AXT, you are more than welcome to race tomorrow night due to the issues tonight, and also Terrence, also with the issues tonight with the lobby. So you're more than welcome to race tomorrow night. And everyone else, unfortunately, if you want to race, check it as a reserve. Give the priority to the rest of the guys as well. Nicholas, any final words before we wrap it up, mate?
From what we saw today, tomorrow's race is definitely going to be something to watch, and I would not miss it.
It's going to be one to beat, I'll tell you that. If we're going to see Jono and Oscar Lou, and they are going to be the two probably that are on top of your priority list for the draft. The question is where will Oscar Lou or Jono race? Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, big up to our sponsors, SimLab, Pagnian, and Sim Racing Centre. Remember, if you are looking for setups this season for F1 26, the season pack, then feel free to jump on bet.src and use the code in the comments. Same with Pagnian if you need new wheels, pedals, steering wheel, same thing, seats, I don't know, anything simulated, then feel free to jump on board Pagny and use the code. And also, if you want to check out more, check out our new website, www.rushracingleague.com. It's got so many features: driver comparison, driver stats, articles, team news, driver management, the works, media, everything. It is going to be fantastic. We're going to be using it a lot this season. You're going to be able to track your drivers' results. You're going to be able to track your standings. Yeah, and then we've got the new theme of 26 coming as well with our LT. So lot to look forward to. But tomorrow morning, we have the NA kicking off. They have got their 2 preseason races with race 1 and race 2 at 5 p.m. GMT. Please work out what time that is for you. And then you've got 10 p.m. GMT, where I'll be racing. So get amongst that. You'll have Gamerhawk in the comms box, and then you'll have Cheeky Chaz in the comms box as well. Give them a big shout out, give them a big follow. That is Rush Racing League, NA and EU. You can follow them all on Twitch. You can follow us all over socials as well. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, and many, many more. So feel free to jump on board. We're going to have content going off. We've got new things happening this season as well. The Overtake of the Week, which is going to be a very, really good one. We will be advertising Overtake of the Week across all the divisions, and then you pick one. That will then go into a hat. We'll then put all of those onto social media, and out of how many divisions will then win Overtake of the Week. And that will then be recorded and streamed first thing before we get involved into the mainstream. So a little bit of screen time for those guys, and then we'll be all over socials. Tag them, give them as much as spotlight as possible. But yeah, lot to look forward to. OCE Bahrain next tomorrow night, preseason for race 2. Good night.
Good night.